Hey guys, how are you doing? This is Madhvi from TaroticallySpeaking.com, and this right here is my today. This is my video for my Tarot and Tea Tuesday. As you can see, this is my beverage. I've just put it there for for the video. And here we are. I'm showing you a little bit of the behind the scenes. This is the prompt that I'm going to do this time. Behind the scenes. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Madhvi from TaroticallySpeaking.com, your tarot blogger, deck and book reviewer, and maker of these awesome videos on YouTube. I'm also a tarot card reader and mentor, and an author of this awesome book on tarot, which is available on Amazon, both paperback and Kindle, all over the world. Now, all of these links and more are in the description, so do check that out. And at the end of this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more such awesome tarot videos. I don't know, many of you may have seen my video where I talked about how I got into tarot. That's on my channel. I didn't do that for this challenge though. I made long videos. Anyway, so I sat right here, right in front of this shelf, and I did that video. So you may have seen this in the backdrop. But here's the shelf where I stack up all my stuff. And these are the books, a lot of tarot books, and as you can see, a lot of the writing books. Because, for about 10 years, I freelanced as a writer, a web content writer. So, and I've also written a science fiction novel, and I'm trying my hand at that sort of stuff because I'm into it. So you'll see tarot and writing all blurred together. And this right here is my stash of decks. All these are tarot decks. Right here you will have the Kipper and the this is something that came to me one of these days, but here we have the gypsy cards, I believe. Yeah, and these are the Kipper decks. You know how we are, deck collectors unite and buy decks. And there's decks behind these as well. Let me move this. You'll see. There you see. There are all kinds of decks there. And if you come here a little bit, you will see. Oh, this one came with my green glyphs. One moment. As you can see, there's decks that I've put in bags. These decks that I have now, I'm moving some of the decks from the jute bags to these satin velvet bags. These are the decks I bought way back in the day when I didn't realize that, hey, keeping them in the box itself could be fun. I used to throw away the boxes back then. I know. We all make mistakes, don't we? Anyway, so, and then of course there are decks like this Marielle Tarot. This is the second edition one. First edition is, I think, in this one. They're too big, and the box is sometimes too big to be, kept. So, you move them to a bag. And then, of course, these are all the books that came with the decks. So I stacked them up right next to the, decks. And then there's the third shelf right underneath that, where there are more tarot books, of course, and decks, other decks, non-tarot decks as well. And then you have books about psychology, you have books about counseling, there's the Bhagavad Gita, Feng Shui, a couple of Osho books, astrology books, which I never got around to reading, sorry. And then you have, of course, the Joseph Campbell, A Writer's Journey, because, hey, 13 Principal Upanishads, Arthashastra, and Complete Kama Sutra, because, hey, I'm a Hindu, and as they say in Hinduism, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, right? All these are the four pillars, and so I started reading up about it. This is something interesting. I might do a video on this, the tarot dice. Oh yeah, this is a very interesting book I picked up, The World Mythology. It's very nice. If you guys can find it, this one, pick it up. And again, this is another one about signs and symbols Very interesting book I found in Barnes and Noble the other day. The world mythology also I've seen in Barnes and Noble a few times, but this one I actually picked up in India long ago. And this one is in Barnes and Noble. So anyway, these are the three shelves, and down below you'll see. Oh yeah, as you can see, these are a few decks and boxes, which I don't, decks that I just put away. Maybe a lot of the unused notebooks because I collect them. I'm a journaler, can't help myself. Anyway, so this is my stash of decks and books and all that. But this is just, decks and books. The behind the scenes was also going to be all about where I do my readings. So let me show you that. So this space right here is where I sit and do my readings. As you can see, this is where I sit. This is the table that I do my readings there. And let me go around. I use this sort of trolley to stack up all my, the decks that I use for my readings that are in use when I do my professional readings. And of course, you can see these are all the DVDs. The science fiction section is largely that's Stargate, the whole thing. That's Battlestar Galactica. This is all Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and the other interesting stuff I keep collecting. All these cartoons are my mom's collection. She's totally into all this stuff. And we have all these. These are I believe, the English movies. This is the time before streaming was mainstream. You know what I'm saying? And of course, these are all the Hindi movies my mom collected. And oh yeah, see, she's into Disney a lot. But these are all the Hindi movies. And she's into Jag and La Femme Nikita and Moonlighting. And I got her that Die Hard, the whole collection, because she's all totally into Bruce Willis. Anyway, so yeah, what I was trying to show you is in the shelf actually. This is. And that is the Spider-Man that my boyfriend got for me. Because I love Spider-Man. Anyway, so this is the table that I do all my readings on. As you can see, it's a glass top table. So I put my thing on it, my spread cloth. And here in this little trolley thing, I have all my spread cloths at hand. All three of them, yellow, bluish, and the red one, right? And you can see, oh yeah, here are the books that belong to the decks up here. The books of those decks go here because if I'm using it and I need to refer to something, it's there. There's also a bunch of other stuff, extra spread cloth, and I think extra bags here. And oh yeah, this is a very important thing, Lysol. I used to have that in there way before it became, all the rage because of COVID-19. I used to use those wipes to wipe down this glass surface before I could put my spread cloth on it. And here are the decks I use for my professional readings. These are the Lenormands, right? This is my tiny universal weight. This is my regular universal weight. This might hurt. This is the the color gives it away, right? This is the Morgan Greer, and here we have Sun and Moon. We have the Dreaming Way. We have Cosmic Tarot. This is I think this is the Sasurai Bito Tarot. Yeah, there you go. Prisma Visions, Victorian Romantic, Tarot of Delphi, Urban Tarot, Japarizzi Tarot. This is Fountain Tarot. This is Spirit Within Tarot. And you have the Green Glyphs Lenormand, the Maybe Lenormand, Rana George Lenormand, Celtic Lenormand, French Cartomancy Lenormand, Gilded Reverie Lenormand, Pixies Lenormand, Dreaming Way, This is a beautiful one called Claire de Lune, Lenormand. This is Under the Roses. This one is also very pretty. This is Polly's Sunset Lenormand. This is the Inner Landscape Oracle Day. And I have this notepad and pen as well. What I do is when I'm doing professional readings, usually when it's all online, Skype, phone or something like that, then there's no time to write down or rather those readings can go on, right, sometimes. So I don't have the time usually to go back and listen to the whole recording. That's usually an hour or so, easy. So I write the questions on here and it takes pictures of the spread as well. So what happens is that way I don't have to keep going back to the recording to figure out what was the question. I have it there. And I keep forgetting which signs are air signs, fire signs. And these are some ideas for videos. So and here's my stash of crystals and whatnot. It's not a lot, but it's enough. I have my tourmaline, which I wear, my selenite. There's a bunch more. Keep it close at hand. And we have tissues because sometimes when we have in-person clients, they might need them. And because, happens. It's all right. And this here is the brilliant unsung hero of my my videos. This is what I use. I hang on. So this one moves. This is difficult. This is why I have this stand. So this goes like this, and as you can see, my table has this space, so I can stick that right in there and then clamp this down. And my phone, which is actually my camera, goes in here, right? Oops. Let me see if I can hold it right. So, see, like this. So my phone goes in there, and then we can, this thing bends, this wire bends. It's not that easy to bend it and move it, but it's relatively easy. You can bend it and move it in whichever shape, size, direction you want. And so you get the close-ups and the distance and whatever. And so this space is where I do my reading. This space is also where I do my professional readings, and as you can see, there's a power thing right there. So I can just plug my devices in there so they don't, go run out of power. And basically, yeah, and then, when people come in for reading, there's chairs. And this is my space. Oh, I did those myself. And yeah, so basically this is where we said this. This is, right now it's not, the place is warm. But there's usually nice cozy fire going on. And yes, we are in the basement, as you can see. And that's my little mini kitchen, coffee space, whatever. Yeah, so perks of working from home is you can have it as messy as you want and as clean wherever you want. And this is my basic equipment, but my biggest equipment are my decks and me. And all the other things are just a little extra. But this literally is like what, $10-12 on Amazon when I bought it. And this has by far been the best thing I got for my videos. Trust me. So that's what, you don't really need a lot. I mean, I have this, my phone is the latest iPhone, but this we got just a few months ago, I think in January or something. But prior to that, I was on an iPhone 6. And that records 1080p videos as well. So it's not it's not that bad. Essentially, if you want to start a YouTube channel, it's not that difficult. You just need to have a good intention and, yes, a good camera on your phone. And if you have that, well, sky's the limit. Or rather, the internet skies are your limit. So, anyway, this was a quick view of my behind the scenes videos. I'm sorry, behind the scenes of my videos. Oh, and if you're wondering who that is, that's supposed to be Edgar Allan Poe. It's actually a bookend. This is one end, and maybe there should be another end somewhere. It's behind that puzzle book, actually. It's a friend of mine gave that to me. He's a fellow writer. So yeah, I mean, this is so I basically surround myself with the things that I love and makes me feel good. And then, I have got this lamp thing going, but there's also another lamp which I usually, now this one has a bulb inside it. That one has it's hollow, so you can put a tea light candle in it, and when that lights up, it looks really pretty. And so when I have both these things going on, there's this whole ambience, and I say my prayer, and all of that. It's really nice. It really sets the mood for me. It gets me going. So yeah, this was my little behind the scenes video. If you guys liked it, please hit the like button. Tell me, what you thought of it. Share it with your friends, or, all that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And because I'm going to be doing these Tarot Tea and Tuesday videos whenever I feel inspired, every Tuesday and stuff like that. And I will be also doing my other regular videos where I do reviews and I do spreads and all that fun stuff that we do with tarot. Okay, so I will see you again in my next video. Until then, stay good, be good, and play with your cards. Bye now.